Hello everybody, welcome to the Daily Sip. My name is Oliver and my mission is to bring you closer to organic Japanese green tea. And today we're gonna dive into the 3 health benefits of matcha. When we talk about matcha, we talk about the powdered green tea. So this is the beautiful green tea which you can buy in a supermarket. And this is actually a powdered form of green tea. And it is said that matcha is up to 137 times healthier than just normal green tea. But there are 3 main topics I want to cover in this video today. 3 topics which I will talk about during I make my matcha of today. So number one is actually the antioxidant protection. As some of you might know, when you talk about the healthiness or the binding of free radicals in your body which can attack your cells in the body, then we also talk about the ORAC value. And this ORAC value stands for nothing else than the oxygen radical absorbing capacity of something. And matcha is known to be one of the best natural forms of this. It's even better than the acai berry coming from Brazil, which is attested to be very healthy with a very high ORAC value. But here we talk about 1,384 Trolex equivalents per gram. That's how this is measured. Normally you say when we talk about the daily intake, we should be between 3,000 and 5,000 for the adult body. And the matcha itself, if you take 1 gram, it's at 1,384. But normally you take 2 grams, so you're very close already to your daily intake of the Trolex equivalents. So that's why I personally think this is a very good thing to have just some days, after weeks, or even daily. That's how it depends how you prefer. I'm more a leaf person, but from time to time I take matcha, and then I like to know that matcha is one of the healthiest things in terms of antioxidant protection. Good. Then second one, when we go into matcha, second one is the L-theanine. And L-theanine has actually, or is one compound of the green tea. And green tea is one of the sources or the biggest sources of L-theanine. You can nowadays already buy L-theanine also in just powdered form in your grocery store even, or at least in Herbalists or anything where you can just buy chemically produced L-theanine powder. But what L-theanine actually does, so when we look at green tea, there are actually 2 things. So you know that green tea or matcha especially has also a high amount of caffeine, but it's never the same than coffee, because what is good about coffee, about the caffeine in the green tea, is that it is actually bound with catechins. Catechins, they bind the green tea, and then the caffeine is already slower released to the bloodstream in your body. This is one thing, but the L-theanine actually tops something on top of everything of this, because L-theanine is known to stimulate alpha brainwaves, which you might already have heard of from the section of from this mindful movement, also all around meditation, because it is said that alpha brainwaves, which are kind of waves which bring you in a more calm and relaxed state, this is actually triggered by the L-theanine in the tea. So it's relaxing you at the same time. So you have once the catechins, which release less caffeine at one time to your body, and then you have the L-theanine stimulating your alpha brainwaves, making you more relaxed and just have a more relaxed, calm state in which you're in. And another thing is also, and this is also one point I like very much about the L-theanine, is that actually the L-theanine regulates also the release of adrenaline. So often when you drink coffee, you have a little bit this jittery feeling. This you will not have because the L-theanine also regulates the release of adrenaline, so you will have much less adrenaline released to your body. You're getting less nervous, and you again have this calm state. And then if we go to number 3, so I just add 100 milliliter of water here. And if we want to go to number 3, is one thing that is very good about matcha, and especially about the high grade matcha, is actually that you have a high amount of chlorophyll. So in general, we have here a green plant, so it's clear there is chlorophyll already inside. And what chlorophyll actually does is that it's really good in terms of the alkalizing your body. And what is actually good about the chlorophyll as well, that it balances the acidity in your body by balancing out the pH levels in your body. So it actually is a good thing also to alkalize your body, to bring your body more into balance, because often we, especially in the West with the Western cuisine, we often eat quite acid food, or if we have a kind of a protein rich foods which you take to us, then we have a little bit, or we eating quite a lot on the acidic side. So green tea also helps to counterbalance and to bring the pH level in balance in your body. And this is also a beautiful thing. And which tea actually has, or which matcha has the most amount of chlorophyll, is actually the shaded one. So what you have to know is when the plant is shaded, what happens is that the plant still in general starts or wants to absorb as much sunlight as possible to grow as fast and as big as possible. But when the shading is applied, so there's just a net, a so-called caboose, which is put over the plant, is that it cuts off the sunlight, and what the plant automatically starts to do is it produces more chlorophyll, because the chlorophyll allows the plant to absorb more sunlight. And if there's less sunlight, the plant automatically produces more chlorophyll just to be able, in case if the sun is coming back or with the small amount of sun which is still touching the leaf, that it really gets the maximum amount out of the sunlight it is encountering. So that's why also the shaded tea leaves, so the more green, the darker green, the more beautiful green matchas, they tend to have more chlorophyll. And that's the reason why also it is suggested that if you want to, especially if you want to have more of an alkalizing effect of the matcha, of the green tea, you should shy away a little bit from the culinary or for the cooking grade and going more into the ceremonial grade, like this one here, where you can see where you have just a very beautiful and very intense green color. So this was a short session about matcha and 3 health benefits of this beautiful green powder. I wish you a good day. See you and bye bye.